The Iranian regime has been executing protesters in a bid to send a message and stem further demonstrations. On the 7th of January, 2 protesters were executed. Reports have come out stating that one of them was given just 15 minutes to defend himself. 22-year-old Mohammad Mehdi Karami was executed by Iran's regime after he confessed to killing a member of the paramilitary Basij force. Well, that's the claim made by the Iranian authorities. Karami seemed to be under pressure when he allegedly confessed to hitting the Basij member on the head with a rock. His lawyer did not challenge or dispute the charge and instead asked the judge for forgiveness. He said Karami was fooled and then he sat down. Karami was given 15 minutes to defend himself. The fast-track process saw him executed just 65 days after his arrest. The lawyer was not chosen by Karami. He was appointed by Iran's judiciary. This is because in sensitive cases or those involving alleged espionage, Iran does not allow defendants to choose their own lawyers. And even when it does, the independent lawyer may not be able to help much. 39-year-old Saeed Mohammad Hosseini was also executed that day. He stood trial alongside Karami for the same crime. After Hosseini was sentenced to death, his lawyer submitted papers to appeal in the Supreme Court. The lawyer was told to return to court later that day. As he was travelling there, he heard Hosseini had been hanged already. The lawyer was later detained by the authorities and is currently out on bail. Human rights groups have called the protest trials a sham. They've condemned Iran's judicial system for relying on forced confessions. The lawyers are usually court-appointed. Journalists and members of the defendant's family are barred from even attending court proceedings. The only way to know what happens during trials is through heavily edited footage released by the judiciary. There are multiple reports of defendants being tortured. Hosseini's lawyer was detained because he tweeted that his client was tortured as well. Reports say the state-appointed lawyers effectively act as interrogators during the trial, piling pressure on the defendant instead of helping them. Hundreds of Iranians have died during the protests sparked by the death of 22-year-old Kurdish Iranian woman Mahsa Amini. What started as an anti-hijab protest has spiraled into anti-regime protests. Reports say the Iranian regime hopes its brutal crackdown and speedy executions will strike fear in the hearts of the protesters. The demonstrations are still ongoing.